we're going to promote him to a panelist. We have made Catlin now a panelist. So as Catlin comes on, I'm going to make a disclaimer, a couple of disclaimers. First disclaimer I'm going to make, this is not going to be a PG, this is not going to be a PG thing. There could be some cussing involved in this live stream. So if you are not privy to cussing and it offends you, then you may not want to stay part of this, because it may happen. I'm not going to promise that we're going to say any fucking cuss words or anything, but it could happen. All right. And then you do agree that you're going to be here in this recorded session because it's going to be recorded. And then you do understand that I'm not a marketer, I'm a software engineer. This guy, however, right there, this good-looking man right here, remember we was just rubbing his face a second ago? That guy right there is a marketer. Catlin, what's up? How you doing, man? Can't hear you, bro. You can't hear you. You got to turn on your microphone. Catlin's back. Look, your team Catlin. Your team back. Can't hear you. You got to turn your mic on, bro. Let's see. Let's see if I can get bit by my monkey until he comes. So remember, if you have any questions that you want to ask for Catlin while he's here, just put them.
What's up, John?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Sorry, I kind of came in last minute. I realized I didn't have Zoom installed on my new MacBook, so I had to go through the whole download process to jump on.
No problem, man. We're glad you're here. We're really glad that you're here. We got a question for you before you even came. It says, "Why were you late, Catlin?" He just answered it. He bought a new piece of shit Mac, and he had to install Zoom on his Mac. Do you like the Macs, Catlin? You know, you're not a PC fan. You like the Macs?
This is the first Mac I've ever had in my life, man. I had a really shitty, slow PC, and I just, like, even with basic stuff, video editing, the stuff I do in my online business, it just wasn't cutting it. And I don't have $12,000 computers like you do. I think that's awesome if you got a PC of that caliber. Exactly. But for me, I just wanted to go with a decent computer I could run my business on for about $1,000, and MacBook Air seemed to be the way to go for that.
They're not bad. They're a little overpriced. I think all Apple products are overpriced. And the thing I really don't like about Apple so much is they're really good at downgrading. Like, they specifically force downgrades to their machines and make them slower every time they release a new product. Now, it's a good business model. It's a really good business model, obviously, for them, because it forces people to upgrade. But they don't let you root your devices either. So, Catlin, man, thank you so much for coming here to talk to me and my posse about.
My pleasure. Happy to be here. 1 hour before this interview, I got a last-minute delivery in the mail. I got this 10X hat from Grant Cardone, which made my day because I knew you'd have, like, this amazing, crazy hat on, and I wanted to kind of level the playing field. This doesn't quite do it, but it says "Don't be a little bitch" on the side and 10X on the front, so it's almost there.
It's good. I like it. Yeah, I'm wearing my marketing sunglasses today too. So this is how I get my marketing skills right here. The ones that I don't possess. I'm going to try to create them myself. So Catlin, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a full-time affiliate marketer now, right?
Yeah, I've been a full-time affiliate marketer since April of this year, and I did it for about 2.5 years as a side hustle. Before that, I worked in corporate finance, which I was really good at, but I really hated. So I kind of just grinded it out every evening and weekend until I had enough passive income coming in that I was comfortable from a risk tolerance perspective, leaving the corporate world for good. I was 7 months ago now, and I haven't looked back and couldn't be happier.
So we're going to get into all this and kind of what I'd like to do in this. So first off, I just want to let you know, and everybody else that's here maybe for the first time, what we typically do in these meetings, all right? So these meetings are for the JV team members and the Tier 5 community, and essentially what they are kind of like a stand-up from a software engineering perspective, where it's an accountability meeting. It's your chance to come in and network with other people who are doing affiliate marketing, doing kind of the same thing that you're doing, and talk about your wins and losses. If you've been a lazy fuck all week and you haven't done anything but eat potato chips and watch TV, then you just come right out and you say, well, I didn't do anything this week, so I got no results. I'm gonna try again next week. If you did some shit, and it didn't work for you and you didn't get any results, well, then you talk about that. I did this, and this, I went to these groups, I tried this, I tried that, nothing worked for me, I'm not feeling so comfortable. If you got a bunch of wins, if you did this and you got a bunch of wins, you come in and say, well, I did this, I did that, and I got all this results, and I'm happy about it, this is what I'm gonna do next week. So it's just like a reporting mechanism. And then we bring badasses like you. We try to, I don't have the best people skills, so I try to create relationships with people who are interested in coming and actually talking to us and giving us some information, and we bring in guest speakers, and that's what we're doing today, all right? So it's gonna be kind of like just a random interview. I know we haven't scripted anything, haven't even told you any questions or anything that I'm gonna ask you. So I'm just gonna ask you some questions, let the audience ask you some questions, any questions that they have, and then give you a chance if you want to just, give us a little training, like any of the best pointers that you can give us. So first, we kind of just want to get to know you a little bit. So you are the ClickFunnels Dream Car winner number 49. So congratulations on that. I did send everybody a link to your group, so make sure you join his group. He's always going live. It's in the chat box. I sent you a link. I'll let you put it in the Zoom chat as well, Catlin. Any links that you want to post in there, make sure you post in there. But I'm curious, are you making? I think I seen you say that you're making more than 10 figures a month now in affiliate marketing.
5 figures. So in passive income.
Damn, I'm stupid.
10 figures would be good, man. No, I mean, I'm doing about 5 figures right now in the passive income end of things. So maybe between 10 and 11,000 a month, which is great. I love affiliate marketing because the income's passive, but I also recognize that those are income sources that I don't control. So I feel like, a huge amount of my money comes from ClickFunnels. So if I piss ClickFunnels off, or I violate an arbitrary rule in their affiliate agreement, or get on the bad side of somebody in ClickFunnels, as much as I love it, they could wipe out my business overnight if that's 100% of my income. So I to supplement that and manage that risk and have income sources in my business I control, I started offering one-on-one coaching as well, probably about 6 months ago or so. Actually, maybe a little longer than that. That's great. I love helping entrepreneurs, coaching them one-on-one. People are getting great results, but it's just not scalable. And I just didn't want to spend all my time coaching people one-on-one. So I changed that into a mastermind model. So I have a high-end affiliate marketing mastermind. It's closed for enrollment until January. But we got 25 people in there that I'm kind of working with very closely and helping them kind of go from where they are today to getting to the point where they can leave their 9-to-5 job like I did, kind of just by following my footsteps and doing what I did and avoiding the mistakes that I made as well.
So 5 figures a month. Is that Canadian? Is that Canadian? Whatever it's like.
Yeah. So probably like $8,000 US, I would say, to give you a United States context, passive income.
But fuck, that's enough, right? That's enough to fucking pay your bills and even buy some weed because it's legal where you guys are at now. Yeah. So it's enough to not, I mean, obviously you don't have a fucking personal jet or anything. You're not just like flying around in your personal jet and stuff, but it's enough to pay your bills and be able to invest back in your business and start to scale and not have to go work a 9-to-5. So we're going to get into that in a second. And so one of the concerns, and let's just get into that. One of the concerns you have, it seems like, as an affiliate marketer is the fact that although it's great and you make this passive income, you don't really get to actually control, like at any time, it's like a huge risk variable, right? At any time. Now, do you feel as an affiliate marketer sometimes that you don't always get credit for the people that you sign up, that the company that you're referring people, they're just fucking you out of people and you don't know about it and you have no real...
Yeah, John, I think that happens, but I don't think it's something malicious that the company's doing, at least not the ones that I'm an affiliate for, where they're deliberately trying to screw affiliates out of commissions. But I think there is technological limitations to affiliate tracking mechanisms. And I think the odd time somebody falls through the crack, the cookie in the browser doesn't get placed, somebody else gets credit. That's something I don't think too much about or get too upset about. I'm sure it happens, but I'm making enough money that I'm happy with where I'm at. So I don't really stress about like if I lose the odd commission. I feel like that's just part of the game, to be honest. And you mentioned the concern about not controlling the income source. That's a far bigger concern to me. That's something I think about quite a lot. And that led me into providing coaching and mastermind services so that I have income sources I control, so that if all my passive income is wiped out overnight, I don't have to go look for a job tomorrow. I can rebuild and continue where I am with my service revenue.
So you don't essentially have all your eggs in one basket. So you started affiliate marketing. I'm curious. Are your mom and dad and your grandparents, like, do you come from a long lineage of like fucking professional affiliate marketers or something?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, man.
Bullshit. Are you lying to us? Like, do you not secretly have like some genetic sequence coded into you that just makes you a badass affiliate marketer?
No, I think that as far as genetics go, certainly not grandparents or parents or most of my family. Like, I got to really dumb it down, right? They're like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, I'm an entrepreneur in the internet marketing space. You can't really expand much beyond that, or they get kind of lost. So I think that DNA wise, I'm good at math. I worked in corporate finance, corporate tax planning. I was good in accounting at school. I worked in the field for a long time, worked my way up in the corporate world to an executive level. So I understood how to manage big budgets, how to keep a company afloat, how to make sure employees get paid every month. What risks I can take, what risks I can't, what I can get away with, what I can't, how to track everything and make sure. I watched your live earlier, John, where you said like the reality is you spend $4,000 on ads. You don't know for sure that you're going to make a penny. You could make zero, you could make 10 grand, but there's a realm of possibilities that you can kind of narrow it down into, and the more data you have, the better. So I think I'm pretty good at managing risk that way and being able to, at least, even though I don't have guarantees, I can have a reasonable probability of when I'm going to break even on ad spend because I know my numbers, and that's the world I come from. So there's a transferability of skill sets, believe it or not, from corporate finance over to digital marketing and affiliate marketing in terms of that metric tracking stuff.
So in the interest of time, because I don't want to take all your time up, and I know we're going to have a lot of questions because we really fucking want to know what it takes to be a badass like you when it comes to affiliate marketing. Just kind of give me like a brief history of your life story, because I remember seeing in your group that once upon a time you worked at McDonald's or some shit like that.
I didn't work at McDonald's, but I worked at Tim Hortons. I don't know if they have those in the States. Coffee shop.
Yeah, it's like
as recent as 2008, man, like a decade ago. I was 23. I'm 33 now. I was working the midnight shift at 7-Eleven. I did that for 3 years. So I'd sleep from 7 in the morning till 2 p.m. for 3 years straight, get up and, do what I had to do and go in for the midnight shift. We had a big meth problem in the town at the time. And then we were the only business open after 11 p.m. So essentially all of that, if you want to call it meth community, they're all coming in the middle of the night. So it was a little bit of, I got robbed when I was working at the convenience store once. You almost had to have where you had to have relationships with them, and you're like, all right, just don't come in and steal all the shit when I'm working, and I won't call the cops if you're selling meth out front of the store. So you almost had to have a balance that way. It was just a bad scene. I didn't mind it. I don't mind working, but it was just something I'm like, man, I got to get out of here. I'm too smart for this. Like, how am I 23? I got no education. I got no money. I got no way to borrow money. And I don't want to be working at 7-Eleven for the rest of my life. Like, I'd rather be dead. So I didn't really know how I was going to get out of that situation. But the first step, I felt like I just needed to get smarter. I needed some education. I had no idea what field I wanted to go into. So I just did a general 2-year business diploma in college. And that took me to 2010 and took on some student debt to get there. And then 2010, the economy was really shitty where I lived. Like, it was everywhere that kind of time in history, but it was particularly where I was in London, Ontario. There was no jobs. So I ended up taking a job for less than minimum wage. And I feel like that was a significant moment because where I live in Canada, politically, a lot of people would be like, I know my rights as a worker. You have to pay me minimum wage. If I had gone that route and be like, I know my rights, you need to pay me, I just wouldn't have got the job. Everything would have gone down a different path. Instead, I went with my gut feeling. I'm like, this guy's going to be a good mentor. He's going to teach me the taxation business. And so I took it less than minimum wage, and I just shut my mouth and worked hard and kind of worked my way up through the ranks there, got more and more responsibility up until the point where I was helping prepare cases for the tax court of Canada. Essentially what we were doing was just fighting the government and just on behalf of clients and just trying to lower their tax bills through crazy strategies that sometimes went too far. And I learned a lot of ethical lessons that way. But I came out of it with a really great skill set, moved back to my hometown with my wife. We had some financial trouble for a while, lived with her parents for a year. That was as recent as 2012. 2013, I got another job doing bookkeeping for an organization. Basically, I just showed them what I could do and what I'd learned in this kind of semi-shady tax planning weird world that I worked in after college. Got more and more responsibility, worked my way up to being financial controller, was responsible for a $5 million annual budget, in a company with 90 employees, overseeing all accounting, everything. So I just made myself indispensable. And then by the time when I left my job in April of this year, I was making like, you know, decent money. I made like $90,000 a year salary. I remember I was getting a haircut the one day and the hairdresser goes to me, "Whoa, is that your dream job?" I was like, dream job? that didn't even make sense in my brain. Like that concept of a dream job. Like my dream is to not have a job. And that really, I don't know, that conversation almost when I was getting my haircut in a weird way was the catalyst where I'm like, all right, I've got to get out of here no matter what. So I worked like, John, I know you work 20-hour days. I respect that. I certainly don't work that hard now. But when I was still in the corporate world, it would be like I'd work 9 to 5. I'd come home at 5. I'd eat supper, and I'd work from 6 p.m. till 2 in the morning every day and all the time on the weekend until I got my income up to like $6K a month, roughly, passive income. A lot of it from ClickFunnels. And that's when I left the corporate world in April. And now I work less hard, but I still work hard.
So thank you for that. So you said you're kind of like a math wizard, like maybe not like the wave collapse functions, but you're pretty good at math whenever it comes to accounting and finance. So
yeah, I'm good at math, especially in a financial context, and I'm good at managing risk and understanding probability. Like if I spend money on ad spend, what's the probability I'm going to lose it all? What's the probability I'm going to get it back in 90 days? And I have pretty good judgment because I had to manage a really big budget and make sure 90 people got paid in a company every month where they weren't always making money. And it's a tough business to be in. It was like a private children's services agency, essentially, that I worked for. And I think I'm just good at managing risk. I think I'm good with people. I think you're good with people too. I don't know why you say you don't have people skills. Maybe I just relate to you and like you, so I think you have good people skills. Maybe you don't. I think I'm good with people, and I'm good at influencing and persuading people with my words, written or spoken. So I think all that comes together, kind of just that sales skills, people skills, and finance, nerdy math skills. And I got a little bit of a nerdy tech skill thing going on too. Not a software engineer like you or your guys, John, but I get it. You know, I'm decent with tech for sure, more than the average person would be.
So I'm curious though. I'm curious. Let's go back to that. I'm sure he's the same guy, all right? But I want to distinguish between that Catlin that worked at the meth gas station and that Catlin and that then went to school, got some education, worked in the corporate finance world, understands math, understands risk, understands what a lot of you may not be able to concept. I know there's some smart fucking people watching right now, but I also know that some of you guys, like you got some simple fucking minds, and I personally kind of just want to tell you to give up. And that's what I want to ask you. It's like that fucking Catlin working at the gas station shit, he just fucking give up on affiliate marketing and just keep working on that gas station. Does he need to turn into that Catlin that you became to be able to succeed at this? Or could that gas station Catlin also be able, without that part, be able to do this affiliate marketing thing?
Well, they absolutely can. If you're in a position right now, if you're tuning in and you're roughly where I was at in 2008, don't give up. Because I have maybe above average intelligence. I'm not as smart as John or anything like that, but I have fairly decent brain power. But I'm not anything special. I make a lot of bad choices in my life like anybody else. I make good and bad choices. And it really just comes down to if you want it bad enough. Like, that's the difference, It's like, do you really want that? If you're working at the gas station at 7-Eleven now and you ask yourself, would I be okay, like, on my deathbed if I really didn't do too much beyond this? Like, if the answer is even a little bit, I'd be okay with it, then maybe you should quit. But if you kind of have that burning desire, I've had it my whole life, man. When I was like, 5 or 6 years old, like I knew I wanted to become a millionaire. And I knew I wanted to be rich. Before I even really understood that concept of what $1 million is, I had to be better. I had to be something that other people weren't. So if you've got that ambition and drive, even if you're the dumbest person in the room, I believe that level of ambition and desire compensates for that tenfold, and you'll have no problem doing it. But it's not get rich quick overnight. Now, you've talked about this to your community before. It involves a lot of hard work. But if you have that desire and that burning fire in you where you're like, I can't have people, for me, it was, I can't have people telling me what to do for the rest of my life. That, if I had to sum it up in one sentence. that is enough to motivate you, but then you've got to put in the boots in the groundwork too. And it's not always easy, but it's a lot easier than continuing to work at that gas station for another 30 years and hating your life and hating yourself.
So I agree 100% that fucking passion and that ambition that you're talking about, that goes much farther. Like I believe to some extent that just encoded in our DNA is information, that inherently information as human species or any natural species evolves, information that they acquire has to get encoded in their DNA and passed on to generations so that they have the capability of actually acquiring that information. But I believe real smarts it actually comes from what you just talked about. It comes from that passion, that hustle to be like, you know what, I want something more. I can do something more. No matter what I have right now, I know I could actually better myself, and that's what I want to do. That's my passion, and I'm not scared to show that in the world. So let's kind of get down to some of these questions and try to get some actionable shit that people could actually do to be able to. Sure. To be like, fuck yeah, I could do this, and convince themselves. Because a lot of people don't think, because it's like, here's the issue with a lot of people. They think like, all right, let's look at Catlin. He's number 49. There was motherfuckers before you. There's going to be motherfuckers after you. There's already dudes after you. But they look at you and they're like, okay, maybe that dude is special or something, because I've done this for 3 days and I'm fucking not up there yet. Or, you know, I sent out one link and I haven't got one yet. So it must be like, that dude must be special. So, what's the secret sauce, Catlin? When did you first learn about, like, when and how did you first learn about affiliate marketing?
The way I first learned about it is I knew I wanted to be involved in an internet business, but I had no idea what I wanted to do. And I racked up within the first 30 days or so, while I was screwing around thinking about all the different directions I go in, I started buying all the coolest software out there. And all of a sudden I was paying like $600 a month for a bunch of cool software that wasn't serving an actual function in my business. It wasn't generating me revenue. So I'm like, all right, well, I got to find some way to pay my credit card bill every month and pay for all this software that I'm racking up that's not actually generating me any money. How am I going to do that? I can't remember where I stumbled on the concept. I thought, okay, affiliate marketing. I had ConvertKit for email marketing. I'm like, if I can sign 3 people up under me, then that bill's paid for. I had ClickFunnels. I'm like, if I can get 3 people signed up under ClickFunnels, I don't have to pay for ClickFunnels anymore. Like, that seems pretty doable. So all I did is I jumped on Facebook groups, faked it till I maked it essentially. Like, I'd be in the ClickFunnels group hours and hours a day. You don't have to go this route. I'm telling you a story of how I did it initially with no ad spend or anything like that. So I was in the ClickFunnels group hours a day. Somebody would ask a question about ClickFunnels. I didn't know how to use ClickFunnels yet. I'd jump over to the help docs, search up the answer quick, jump back and try to be the first guy on the post to comment. And then I'd get people into Facebook Messenger, and I'd just do a little bit of sales, and I would just sell people stuff over Messenger. And within 45 days, I had all my software costs paid for. So I'm like, all right, that was pretty easy. Maybe I'm just going to do affiliate marketing. Maybe that's what I'm going to do online. Forget courses,
and
other shiny objects. What's that, John?
And when was that like reference time frame ago?
Yeah, so that would be 2016, maybe the spring of 2016, roughly. That's about when I started.
So like 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago.
Okay, it'd be further back than that then, I think. Yeah, 2.5.
2.5
yeah.
years. Spring of 20.
Very early 2016, I'd say.
So 2.5 years. You don't really remember, like, there's nothing really that sticks out where it's like, no one sent you a fucking letter and was like, hey, Catlin, here's affiliate marketing and this is what you should be doing, right?
No, I don't know, man. I was listening, like, I've always listened to podcasts. I'm always consuming content. I'm always reading lots of articles. So I don't remember the specific article, whether it was Russell I stumbled across or Pat Flynn or who, but I heard the concept of affiliate marketing in some random article or some random video I watched, and put 2 and 2 together. I had this bill full of software payments I couldn't afford. I didn't have a real business yet, but I wanted to have a real business. So I'm like, first things first, let's just see if this affiliate marketing thing can get my own software paid for. Once that's done, I can kind of sit back and figure out what direction I really want to take my business to make a lot of money. That turned out to be so easy. It took me 45 days. I was up to like $600 a month recurring, just hitting people up on Messenger and chatting with them and sending them voice messages and getting them to click my links. That I thought, all right, I'm going to take this seriously. I'm just going to do affiliate marketing. And then the passion grew from there. I started, figuring out different ways to do it, getting into paid traffic, a whole bunch of stuff. There's so many directions you can go in. And I think that's what can be overwhelming to folks too, right? Like you see that I won the dream car. And it's like, okay, well, what's the step-by-step thing you did to get there? But it's not always step-by-step because everybody has different skills. Some people like to go live and do live videos. Some people just want to be behind the scenes and have nobody know them. Some people are good at writing, so they can blog. Some people are good at video, right? Some people have a lot of money to spend, but they don't have a lot of time because they have 4 kids, right? But they got some cash in the bank. Those people should do paid traffic. Some people, it's the reverse. They've got all the free time in the world, but they're broke. So those people need to look at strategies where they're investing time rather than money. So that's a good starting point. It's like, do you have more time or more money? And are you more the introvert, behind the scenes kind of person, or are you the extrovert public figure jumping on Facebook Live every day? Once you kind of have those 2 variables sorted out, then you can look at specific strategies because there's 100 different directions you can go in. And I've kind of done them all. So I've kind of tried a little bit of everything to get to where I am.
So it seems like, according to you, you're nobody fucking special. You didn't get a personal invitation from Russell Brunson or any other, not the president of the U.S. You know, you didn't get an email. You were doing what also a lot of people don't even want to fucking do. And like, to honest, like, I just like to be myself and be honest with what I really think. And like, that's for some reason, that's why a lot of people don't like me, and I form bad relationships because I can understand that the stuff that I say offends people or they don't even really want to hear, and I just don't give a fuck because I can understand that you don't want to hear you're a lazy fuck and you don't actually want to take the time. Like, you were searching. You were like, you know what, I'm not satisfied with what's going on in my life, you know, for whatever fucking reason. Maybe I've been a shitbag my entire life, and because of my own stupid fucking decisions, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not satisfied. I want to do something about it. So you're out there searching, and through that searching process, you're like, all right, well, what about this? Could this work for me? What about this? Could this work for me? That the real ingredient that you need to be a hustler, that you would actually need to make it. And it's funny that you said these Facebook groups, because if you're a real hustler, right? If you're a real hustler, and if you think like the real definition for a hustler, right? That who's that dude? That's that dude that fucking could go. I mean, a real hustler is a criminal, right? A real hustler, like, people look at him like as a con guy. He's not necessarily a con guy, but that hustler, he can just, like, it doesn't matter wherever he goes, like, he can be like, oh, I don't got nothing, I got this thing, right? Or I got this, or I got this. I always got something. I got this right here, and because of that, I can create something. And for a hustler, a fucking Facebook group like ClickFunnels, I mean, that's like being in the fucking ghetto. I mean, that's like if you got crack and you go to the ghetto, no offense, you're gonna sell out of that shit. It's gonna all get sold. And that's like ClickFunnels group. Like, if you can't understand, like, so you're looking on the internet, you find ClickFunnels, tell us, what's the secret sauce? So like, if there is a step-by-step, if there is, like, what do I need to do?
I didn't know the step-by-step in the beginning, John, but now I've got 3 years of experience where I can kind of dissect it into a little bit of a step-by-step. I think affiliate marketing, even though there's all these directions you can go in, it doesn't have to be super complicated. And I kind of really sum it up for you simply. Every single sale I've ever made in my life, every commission I've ever earned that's got me to like 10, 11,000 a month Canadian, it comes down to really 3 things in a step-by-step process. I make an offer, okay? That affiliate offer is essentially what incentivizes somebody to click my ClickFunnels link instead of going and buying it at clickfunnels.com, which is a super legit, low friction way to do it. It's very obvious. If you're going to go buy ClickFunnels, you're probably going to just go buy it at clickfunnels.com. It's a very legit and easy way to do it. I need to somehow figure out a way to incentivize you to come over and click my link instead. So I'm competing with Russell Brunson in one way, right? Russell's paying me commissions, but he's also my competition because I need to incentivize people not to go to clickfunnels.com and instead come through my link. So that's what I'm talking about when I say an affiliate offer. Sometimes that means giving them a little bit of a bonus. If you got a lot of time, it could be a free coaching call to show them how to use ClickFunnels. It could even be something as simple as like a PDF, but that's valuable. But you've got to give them something that makes your offer, which is clicking your link, like 10% more valuable than what they get if they went to the natural, easy, trusted source, which is going to clickfunnels.com and buying it for Russell. Okay, it doesn't have to be bonuses though. Sometimes the offer is no bonuses, and it's just that when they go and type ClickFunnels into Google, your ad comes up at the top and convenience becomes the offer. But because it's easier, it's just right there and easy to click. So offer is the first thing. It's like, how do I incentivize people to not go buy from Russell or whatever program it is and to buy from me instead? Okay, so I've got my offer. Then I need to get traffic to that. Okay. Traffic is just like eyeballs. How do I get online eyeballs to look at my offer so that a certain percentage click the link and a certain percentage sign up for ClickFunnels or whatever program it is? Lots of ways to get traffic. There's free traffic, paid traffic. I could spend an hour telling you all the different traffic sources I've tried. YouTube is a good free one. Anybody can make a YouTube video. People watching that video, that's traffic. You can run Facebook ads, AdWords, solo ads. It's just, how do I get eyeballs onto this offer that's 10% better than Russell's offer in some way so that they buy from me instead of Russell? And then the third component is tracking. So it's like, how do I track how many people clicked my affiliate links, which links are actually making me money? And that's especially important if you're doing any kind of paid ads. So really, I see it as 3 steps. Craft your affiliate offer, choose an appropriate traffic source, and drive, I might just start saying eyeballs, drive eyeballs to that offer, and track everything like a science. Okay. So that's the 50,000 foot view, but that's not very actionable, right? You're like, okay, well, how do I come up with an offer? Where do I get traffic? And how do I track everything? And that's a whole nother conversation. But that is like the highest level overview. So now I'm going to zoom in further. I'm going to go down to the 30,000 foot view. I'm going to break it down even further. This is a little bit more detailed explanation. Highest level, we got offer, traffic source / eyeballs, and track everything like a science. Now let's zoom in like one level further. Okay. So this looks like 5 components. As you grow, let's say you're at square one today. I'm sure a lot of people here in the group are already making money with affiliate marketing. There's probably a lot of you right now trying to earn your first dollar online, and you're doing it by promoting the offers that the tier 5 community and John provide for you to promote. How do you get that first dollar? There's 5 kind of components or steps to that. Number 1, there's core tech infrastructure that every affiliate marketing business needs to have and has to get in place before you're ever going to make a dollar. Okay. That's kind of scary because I got to spend money on software, but it's also good and relieving because you can then ignore all the shiny object software out there that costs thousands a month that a lot of the big dogs use. You'd be like, all right, I don't need any of that, but I need to commit right now to having core tech infrastructure in place. Okay. You need a way to build funnels or landing pages. Okay. Because you're going to, for a lot of different affiliate offers that you craft, you're going to need to build a landing page with a video on it or a funnel that collects email addresses before you send them to the offer. So that is the first thing. Okay. So we're talking about step 1 of the 30,000 foot view, and that's core tech infrastructure. There's 4 components to it. Number 1 is a way to build funnels or landing pages. I use ClickFunnels for that. The other thing you're going to need is a shared hosting plan. Okay. Because you're often, and if you're not too tech savvy, don't worry about what shared or whatever hosting means. I use DreamHost, but you need a way essentially to register a domain name and make that domain name appear online, because there's lots of different contexts where you're going to need web hosting to be able to host your affiliate offers. That's the second piece of core tech infrastructure you need. The third one is email marketing software, because if I collect your email address and you don't buy ClickFunnels on day 1, I'm not willing to just let that lead go away forever, especially and not buy anything, especially if I paid for that lead. So I need a way to follow up with them consistently until they buy and I can earn some money from them. So you need email marketing software. And the reason you need email marketing software is because you can't do email marketing from a Gmail or Yahoo account. There's a lot of reasons why I won't bore you with, but just trust me that you cannot send email to an email list from a Gmail account. You must have email marketing software. That's why I say it's core tech infrastructure. Personally, I use Actionetics. I've tried quite a few. One thing I look for something cheap to start, and look for something that's affiliate friendly. You know, ones like MailChimp, which a lot of beginners lean towards, they will just ban you as soon as you put in a link in your email, an affiliate link. So I recommend, for people that don't have the full ClickFunnels suite, aren't ready to go all in on Actionetics like me, you don't need to in the beginning. I would recommend Aweber for that because they're very affiliate friendly. They're like $19 a month. And then the fourth piece of core tech infrastructure is tracking software. I use ClickMagic. I promote it and I love it. But John and you guys, if you're getting access to the tier 5 software, I think what's yours called, John? Is it Link Wizard?
That's right.
So John's got a ClickMagick competitor. That's one of your 4 pillars of tech infrastructure taken care of. You don't have to use ClickMagick just because I use it. Use Link Wizard, shared hosting, way to build funnels, email marketing software, and tracking software. That's your core tech infrastructure done. The next thing you need is what I call evergreen affiliate offers. Evergreen just means something that just is going to work for a long time, isn't going to change really as time goes on, is just consistent. So my evergreen affiliate offers are basically the core tech infrastructures. I promote DreamHost, my shared hosting plan. I promote ClickFunnels, my funnel builder. I promote Aweber because I recommend it, and I promote ClickMagick. Those are my evergreen affiliate offers. And then it's like, okay, so how do I promote those? Well, you need an evergreen way to promote it. For me, I have a Facebook group, and there's like a group resources page that I tell people to check out when they join the group. And it's like step 1, sign up for ClickFunnels. Step 2, get a shared hosting plan from DreamHost. Step 3, sign up for Awebers, etc. Okay, so that's kind of my evergreen affiliate offers. And the other thing that makes it quote unquote evergreen is that over time, people start to associate those software products and those brands with you. So then when somebody in the ClickFunnels group goes, do you know anybody that knows how to use ClickMagick? People that have never talked to me before. What are you saying, John?
That guy right there. I know you know all about it, man. You got like training courses and shit on ClickMagick. And I want to
exactly. So I get tagged in the ClickFunnels group by people I've never had a conversation with before in my life because they associate me with ClickMagick or with DreamHost or with ClickFunnels because it's part of my evergreen affiliate offers. I've had them in place and available and have been promoting and focused on promoting since day one. Once you get those in place, you need what's called a minimum viable brand. John, coming from the software world, is probably familiar with the concept of a minimum viable product, which means build it first, even if it sucks, get it out there, get it into the hands of people, perfect it later using feedback from real customers, and it'll get better as time goes on. Right? John will beta test software and gets better over time. Same thing with a brand. You need to, on your Facebook profile, on your Twitter, your Instagram, on your website, like mine's catlinveterans.com, there is a message there that tells the world, who are you? Who do you serve? What do you do? And what do you do for them to add value to their life, right? So why do I say minimum viable brand? Because I've pivoted my brand like 100 times, right? Like I'll change what it says on my Facebook profile, but I'll tell you what it is today. It's I help people earn passive income online with affiliate marketing. That's my minimum viable brand. But you're like, well, how can I help people earn passive income online? I haven't even made $1 online myself. How am I going to teach other people how to learn money online? I'm not ethically comfortable with saying I help people earn money online. Well, then your minimum viable brand could be, I'm on the journey to winning the ClickFunnels dream car and sharing my journey as I grow with my community or whatever. You can write it better than that. So even if it's like I'm trying to earn my first $1 online and I'm teaching people everything I learn as I go, but you've got to have some message that connects you with the concept of affiliate marketing. That's a minimum viable brand. Now, when I say, actually, I'll come to this after. That's kind of another component. So that's the next. You've got a minimum viable brand. You've got evergreen offers. Okay. And core tech infrastructure. Let's see. So I got core tech infrastructure. I don't even remember my own 5 steps. I should have notes. Core tech infrastructure, evergreen affiliate offers, minimum viable brand. 4th step, audience. And this might be the most important thing I say in this whole interview. Okay. Your audience is just essentially people, the eyeballs that might click your affiliate links. The bigger that audience gets, the less you have to try, okay? And the less hard you have to work. I'll tell you how my audience breakdown is. I've got 5,000 Facebook friends. That's the maximum that Facebook allows me. 90% of those folks are from like the ClickFunnels group, from these other groups that I hang out in to more or less generate leads indirectly from. So I got 5,000 Facebook friends. I've got a little over 10,000 people on my email list. That's 15,000 people right there that are potential eyeballs. And then I've got a Facebook group, Affiliate Marketing Hacks for Entrepreneurs with Catlin Bettridge. I've got 9,000 people in. So right there, my audience, the people that I can reach at a moment's notice and get those eyeballs to look at my affiliate offer is like 24,000 people. So my audience is like a small city. Stratford, Ontario, I'm in right now. It's 35,000 people. I have 24,000 people right now that I can reach at a moment's notice. So why is it important to build that audience? Why do you want to get to 5,000 Facebook friends? Why do you want to have a Facebook group and build that up? Why do you want to build your email list? Because it's eyeballs. And how does that play out? I'll give you a real world example of how that plays out amazingly in a couple different ways. So recently, Spencer Meekum, one of my mentors, launched a course called Affiliate Secrets 2.0. He had this big launch contest where the first prize was a MacBook and second prize was like a cruise and stuff like that. There was prizes for the top 5. And if you made sales, you at least got a hammock guaranteed. Okay. So I found that I didn't do anything about the launch, frankly, because I was being lazy about it and I had other stuff going on. I was already his top affiliate for Affiliate Secrets 1.0, his first version. I just didn't try too hard. Then last minute, it was like 1 a.m. and I said to my wife, I'm like, I got to get up and like do something because this launch is tomorrow. So I made a Facebook post in my group. I made a Facebook post on my timeline and I sent one email out to my list and offered no bonuses whatsoever. Just kind of had a decently written email and Facebook post. It was like, Spencer's my mentor. Here's what I learned from him. This is why you should buy the course. Sign up for the webinar to watch here. And I ended up making like $7,000 in the launch promoting that course and ended up coming in 4th place in his affiliate contest. Other top affiliates with a smaller audience offered like crazy bonuses, like they were going to do an hour-long coaching call with everybody that bought, and they didn't make the top 5. The only reason I did is because I had more eyeballs. So no matter whether it's an email list, Facebook friends, however you want to build that audience, YouTube subscribers, eventually there's a scale, a point you reach in that audience growth where you have so many eyeballs looking at the places where your links are that you need to try a lot less hard. And you don't need to work hard because there's just enough people around you and in your circles clicking your affiliate links, and enough of those people are cookied and with your affiliate code and they end up buying, that you'll make a lot of money. And then the same thing happened. What was the other product? The 30 Days Summit book. Same thing. Last minute, offered no bonuses, wrote an email, Facebook post, etc. And next thing you know, I forget what place, like 33rd or something. I made like, it was $100, 100% commission. I sold 23 of them, made it onto the leaderboard, won a big tub of M&Ms, which I have over here across the room. And that was only possible because step 4, that audience. Okay. You're like, well, that's great. I don't have an audience. But what I'm saying is after you get the core tech infrastructure, the minimum viable brand that says who you are, some evergreen offers in place, then it's time to just focus on audience building. However you want to do that based on your strength, whether it's video, whatever you want to do. Have a Facebook group, a lot of flexibility there where you can kind of cater to your strengths. But if you have enough people in your circles, and I just got to say, John, I know I was supposed to talk about this, but this is why I say you're good at marketing, because you're good at audience building, right? So you have people watching your videos all the time, paying attention to what you're up to online. They know who you are in groups. So you have an audience. And if you just had your links sitting in strategic places, there's enough eyeballs on them that a certain percentage would click and a certain percentage of those would get cookied and buy, that you would just make quite a bit of money as an affiliate marketer. So that's like, audience building is just enormous. And then once you have a huge audience, then you can, the final 5th tier, tier 5, that's kind of a cool reference. So the 5th tier of that hierarchy is essentially product launches, where you start to be opportunistic about the things you promote. And like those 2 launches I told you about where I placed on the leaderboard, I had a big enough audience that I was up to that 5th tier, and I could do product launches where a new product comes out and I can just be opportunistic at the last minute and put those eyeballs on it and make money. So your evergreen offers that you created in step 2, those are generating the passive income month after month that you can count on. But you want to be adding new revenue all the time. Make $1,000 here, $2,000 there as well in your business. That's where product launches come in. You'd be an opportunist about promoting that. That's kind of the 5 levels of that I think every affiliate marketing business is going to go through. So rather than just kind of be like, well, what's next? What do I do? Do I build a Facebook group? Try to look at it in terms of the way you make money is those 3 steps: affiliate offer, traffic and tracking. And then your business itself at the next level is going to be those 5 steps: core tech infrastructure. I always forget these 5 steps. I really need to memorize them, man. Core tech infrastructure, evergreen affiliate offers, minimum viable brand that you can pivot anytime and you don't have to be afraid to do that. Some big entrepreneurs change what they do every day and it seems to not affect them. So I believe that you can just pivot anytime and people will adapt. So you're not committed to what you write in your little Facebook bio on day 1 when you're just getting started out. And then audience building, which is the biggest component. Get people in your world, get them to come in your world, whether you're entertaining them, educating them, or both. And then we're just sharing your journey even, which is kind of a combination of the 2. And then step 5, that's where you start doing product launches. And when a new product gets launched, you just send an email out and make a bunch of money. So that's how you should look at the 5 phases of growth. Some of you might have that core tech infrastructure in place. Great. Figure out what your evergreen offers are and figure out where those offers are going to sit so that people can see them. Or maybe you've got those offers, figure out, maybe it's John's offers. You've got those all these tier 5 softwares could and possibly should be your evergreen offers that you mainly exclusively focus on promoting. So if that's already in place, you got a way to promote them. Then you're like, okay, so what's next? Well, then we get that brand. If you got the brand, then let's move on to audience building. And audience building is the longest phase and the one you should pay the most attention to. Does that help, John?
Oh, this has all been super helpful to me. This has definitely been helpful to me. And hopefully it's been helpful to everybody else that's watching. And I gotta say, man, you know your stuff. I think anybody, if they really wanted to, if you wanted to go all in on affiliate marketing, to be honest, it's not my thing. It's not really what I want to do. Now I can understand to an extent that putting these, regardless of whether you want to go all in and be like, fuck yeah, I'm going to be an affiliate marketer. Yeah. That's it. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to get rich from it. Or you want to just be like, you know what? There's money on the table. Why shouldn't I fucking pick that up too? It's just going to be chump change, but why not grab that shit too? Because that could be my coffee money or ice cream money or whatever, which always makes sense regardless to be able to, if there's a natural way to go in and get extra money passively, who wouldn't want that? And it seems like you definitely know your shit. Like you have a passion about this and you've looked at it from a methodical way and you've been like, how do I climb this mountain and get out there? And it does seem really, though, fundamentally easy to some extent when you lay it out like that. It seems like the hard part is how. So got a lot of questions for you, by the way. There's a lot of questions for you. I don't know if you're going to be able to answer all of them right off the top of your head.
John, I'm not in a rush, man, and I'll just wing it and try to answer as many as I can. So all good.
So I think anybody, if they really wanted to learn and absorb this shit, to go get some coaching from you, I feel myself, I feel you would be a good service provider. And I actually wanted to talk about that because you talked about it earlier that, you didn't want all your eggs in one basket. So and that's kind of to some extent, a feeling that you get of affiliate marketing is you know what if Russell Bronson, now that he gets to a point where people are indoctrinated in him and indoctrinated in his software, he's like, by the way, guys, see ya. No, yeah, actually you didn't read the terms and conditions. And no, I'm not really an asshole. I still love you, but you violated the stuff and I don't have to pay you anymore. Sorry about that. And that could be if you had all your eggs in there, and they all broke, and you were hungry and you wanted an egg sandwich, it would most likely be fucking dirty, or you wouldn't get one because your eggs would have broke and fucking eggs on the ground, right? So then you mentioned this other stuff, all right, so you got to have some of that, and then now you got your own products, right? You do coaching, you said, and somebody can pay you to be there.
Yeah, I used to do one-on-one coaching. I shut it down. I replaced it with a high-level mastermind where everybody's in a group. They have 24/7 voice messaging access to me. There's a live event for 2 days once a year here in Ontario. That's closed right now. So even if you want me to coach you, you can't give me money right now until January at least. If you get on my email list, you'll probably hear about it. But what you can do is I can serve you at the free level where I serve 9,000 other people in my free Facebook group. That's how I give back. I don't think affiliate marketing is a zero-sum game, John. What I mean by that is like, say, Texas Hold'em poker. Everybody puts their chips down and bets, and one person is walking away with all the chips, right? With affiliate marketing, it's not like that. If I can just teach you all my strategy step by step. That's not going to take money out of my pocket. We're not sitting at a poker table. There's a real, and that's not just me that feels that way. There's a big abundance mindset with all the top affiliates. They don't have a problem with you literally just copying them, or in some cases not copying but modeling. You pretty much copy me. I really don't care. And like, don't reinvent the wheel. So my Facebook group, you can kind of just see the whole journey. You can see when I screw up. You can see when I have successes. You can see inside my funnels what exactly I'm doing to make money, and more or less copy it, because that's the way I can help everybody. Not everybody has money for a high-level mastermind. And like I say, it's close till January anyway. But in my Facebook group, I kind of just give away all my best stuff for free, because I don't believe that hurts me. I think that helps me. It helps my brand. And we talk about step 4 audience. If I'm giving all my best stuff away for free and not being petty and scared people are copying me and quote unquote stealing my ideas, and they're becoming part of my audience. So I'd love to have anybody that wants to join my Facebook group. If you're not already in there, you just come and get all my best stuff for free. Watch me screw up. I'll tell you when I do. Watch when I succeed. I'll tell you when I do that too. And you can more or less just copy me on a lot of things.
So a lot of questions for you, Catlin. You've given so much good information so far. I really love that about you. Even I have like a little man crush on you, and I've been following you. You're on my Dream 100 list, right? Like,
oh, thanks, John.
You want to know why you're there, Catlin? I mean,
why?
For 2 reasons. Probably because you deserve to be there, because you're there, but mostly because somebody else created my Dream 100 list for me. I didn't want to do it, and I just said, okay, because I need affiliate marketers, and I was like, okay, who has list of the top affiliate marketers? Let's just go get their fucking list of top affiliate marketers, and then those could be, and you're at the top one of them. It looks like you're 49. You're number 49. So you're way above that, actually. So you're actually on my list, because I did put a limited amount of time, because there's only so much content I can consume, and you were number 3. So one of them above you is your coach, and I talked to him already. But one of the reasons I love you is because, like, you're doing this, right? Like, you're out there, you do have a group, and I do see what you're doing in your group, and that fucking takes time. And like, to me, honestly, like, I suffer from being able to actually go in and serve somebody at the highest fucking level for free, especially whenever I can't see from people that, like, if you don't feel like someone's getting actual value, or you feel like, you know what, I'm wasting my fucking time, I'd be better off building a bomb and sending it to your fucking house. It's like, this is stupid for me to actually sit and invest and try to help you, because it's like, what are you here for? So, and I'm not saying that everybody's like that, but it takes
building a group. Building a group of 9,000 people is really hard, man. It's like boots on the ground, like every day doing nothing but commenting. Like, it's so hard. But then that's part of that audience. That's 9,000 people now that somewhat at least know, like, and trust me. And when there's something they want to buy, it's probably the easiest way just to go click my link, because they're in my group already. But it's a lot of work to build a Facebook group, but it's worth it. I probably made like close to $100,000, I would say, in 2018 directly off my group.
That's pretty good, $100,000, right?
Yeah. It's huge, but it's a lot of work.
So well, that's one thing I like to be clear and upfront with everybody. I mean, life, if you want to be successful at it and you want to get to the top of the mountain, that is a lot of work. All right.
Yeah.
Unless you are one of those lucky people, like you said before, where you just already somehow have so much money that you can pay people to fucking put you on like some chair, and they can just carry you up the mountain. And then you're just like, it's about the same. You get up there, but one takes more time and resources. If you don't have that, and you don't have a bunch of people that will just carry you around, then you got to do something, and that's time.
I think everybody else is pulling everybody else up the mountain in one way, John. It's an interesting analogy that you brought up the mountain, because like my mentors, say Greg Jeffries, Spencer Meekum, Dan Frigo, they've always kind of been one step ahead of me on that journey up the mountain, right? But they've always reached their hand down and pulled me up along by letting me kind of model and copy them. So naturally then what I do is the people on the next step below me on the mountain coming up behind me, I'm going to reach down my hand and pull them up behind me too. And I love that about affiliate marketing. I'm a really competitive guy. I love to compete. But it's interesting that the way competition happens in affiliate marketing is just so much different, because everybody is helping everybody else. And why that works is because nobody's taking money out of anybody else's pocket when they have success. So everybody's celebrating wins together, which is really cool. So I love that about it, man. So I got people a few steps below me on the mountain. I'm pulling them up. I'm empowering them to pull the people up behind them. And then you have guys like me above you on the mountain. I'll pull you up. And then my mentors, they're still pulling me up the mountain today. I'm not climbing it alone.
So I have a lot of questions for you. It seems like you do have a mentor, right? Let's get to a couple of these questions. I think one of the really important ones that's been asked is, what fucking car did you pick?
Yeah, so I haven't actually picked out the car yet, and that's screwing me over right now. So,
You haven't picked any car yet? You're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't got the car yet, so I have to get the car so that I can get paid, right? Because you don't get paid $500 a month unless you get the car.
And how smart is that, man? How smart is that for somebody to be like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a bonus. Go get a fucking car, and I'll just pay you for the lease after you get the lease. Because then I know that you got to keep hustling to keep these dudes and keep getting dudes, because now you're on the hook. And if you get less than these dudes, guess what? I no longer pay your lease anymore. Go get me 6 more dudes because 6 people cancel. And that's essentially.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to stay above that threshold of 100 for sure. But I'm leaving money on the table by not getting a car. So it's just something one of those things I just need to do, man. On the to-do list doesn't get done. It's stupid because I don't get $500 a month US. I could get a lease that was $400 a month and I'd make $100, but it is what it is.
Right now, like how many people do you have right now that are under you?
I'm hovering right around 100, man. Last month I dropped down to 92, and then I threw a couple grand in paid traffic and I went up above. But I'm not getting close to 200. Like I'm hovering, man. I'm hovering around 100. Sometimes I drop a little below. Sometimes, and then I always force myself to get back up above it. And I'll go up as high as, say, 120. I'll lose some more people. I'll go down to 97. So where I am right now, I don't know the exact number, but I'm either just above 100 or just below as of this minute. It's always hovering around there.
So no car yet. And I think that would be a good decision. I like that. I like that ideal of that. Let's see. How do you work with Facebook's algo to get me eyeballs as you can on your posts or offers?
That's a really awesome question, because that's something that is a real strength of mine, and I really exploit that algorithm to the fullest. So what I do is I typically do what's called a yes ladder. Okay, so in other words, whether it's in my group or on my timeline, it's the same thing. I never ever put a link really in a post. Instead, I'll put like a little bit of sales copy, write some cool stuff, put a few emojis. It'll always be like, comment yes below. Or, hey, do you want this? Comment. Like I had this new group, Survey Goblin, this new experiment I'm doing for CPA marketing. So I'm like, I tell about the group and I'm like, want access? Comment Goblin below. So you just have them either comment yes or something funny below. It's easy to type in one word. And then every single person that comments the yes, you individually comment, reply to all of them with a link and tag them. As you tag them, the reach of the post organically expands, and the post is going to start showing up in their friends' news feeds. And then they'll see it, because you'll see those posts. John, you ever see stuff like Catlin Bettridge commented on a post from July 7, 2018 in your news feed? That's what the Yes Ladder does. It gets these posts to appear in your friends' news feed. They start commenting, and it starts going further. So I've done organic Yes Ladders on my timeline where I've had like 800 comments without any paid ads, and then I'm replying individually to every comment. That's a lot of work, but that's worth it. That's how I manipulate the algorithm. The other thing I do on organic Facebook is what I call a social profile funnel. You guys, I'm sure some of you are going to go look at my profile anyway, but my profile is a funnel. Okay, my Facebook profile, it's not a Facebook profile. It's a funnel. Less so now because I got super paranoid with Facebook profile Armageddon. I don't know if you guys know about that, but Facebook just started randomly deleting the entire online presence of a bunch of top marketers, seemingly arbitrarily. So I got super paranoid, so I scaled it back a little bit. I used to have like a free cheat sheet as my cover photo. Now I got a pic of my family to try to keep Facebook happy. But essentially, I'm going and commenting in all these groups like ClickFunnels and stuff. I'm posting my results. I call those results bombs posts. You guys probably see them. I'll be like, I just got the biggest payment ever from ClickFunnels, $2,000 a month. Thanks so much, ClickFunnels. I appreciate it. Everything I do online is to get people to creep my profile, okay? If I post a screenshot of how much money I'm making, and you're actually seeing that, what's a natural human reaction? You'll be like, oh, seems cool. Let's see what he's got going on. Click. And then you go to my profile, and the only image I have there is an image of a giant arrow that says join my free Facebook group below, that points down at a link to my group. And then when you join the group, the entry questions offer you a free cheat sheet, which gets you on my email list also, because I don't control the Facebook platform. So I'm trying to build my own audience in a way that I control too. So simultaneously group and email list. And my bio is, I help you earn, or used to be, I help you earn, I think maybe it is still, I help you earn passive income online with affiliate marketing. Join the free Facebook group below, like with a finger emoji. So my profile is a landing page. And there's nothing more critical that I could tell you about how to manipulate the algorithm to organic Facebook, but think of your profile as a landing page, like an opt-in page, a funnel page. Then all you have to do is help people in groups. Is, oh, Catlin was really helpful. Let's see what he's got going on. Click. And then, oh, join my free Facebook group below with emojis pointing down. A good percentage of people are going to do that. So I track that stuff, and I added 4,000 people to my email list through my social profile funnel. More than that, my whole group, my Facebook group was built from 9 other related Facebook groups. Like that's pretty critical to understand. All I did was be active. I do results bombs posts where I'm sharing screenshots of my results so people will creep my profile. I share value bomb posts, which are just an awesome, inspiring, well-written,
right now, right? You're right now
entertaining post that triggers an emotional chord in people. Again, why? So they creep my profile. The other thing I do, which I think is hilarious, I've only told people on my mastermind this. I'll just give you guys the best value I can right now. Why not? The other thing I do to manipulate the algorithm is, okay, so I'm making all these posts all the time in ClickFunnels group, Rachel S. Lee's group, Spencer's group, Avengers, wherever, right? So over the last 6 months, I've probably put like 30 decent posts in these group or whatever it is. I go once a day, I go to the group search, I type in Catlin Betteridge, and I search for my own name in the Facebook group. Then what I do is I go and make a single comment on that post. What that does is it immediately puts it up to the top of the news feed. So like I'll go into ClickFunnels Avengers, for example, search for Catlin Betteridge. And what I do is I call it rationing my thank yous. This is the highest level, craziest stuff I can tell you. This makes me the most money of anything, I promise. Okay. I ration my thank you comments. So if I like give a really valuable post where I'm telling people how to make money, right? There's like 50 comments, 60 comments below where everybody's like, wow, awesome. Congrats, Catlin. Please, sir, tell me how you do this. Check your PMs. Wow, amazing, Catlin. I don't go through and immediately thank all those people. Be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, because that's a waste of comment replies that I could use later on to reinvigorate my post and bump it up to the top of the newsfeed. But I also appreciate these people are taking time to leave all these comments. So I'll go through when I make it and I'll heart all the comments, right? Just to show them some props and thank them for taking time to comment and say something cool or say something nice to me, right? But I don't actually reply to the comments. Instead, I go through once a day, I search for my name, and then I'll go and reply to a single comment in each of the groups, and I'll do it on all of my posts for the last 6 months. So then what happens is I will take over the news feed of the 9 major groups where my 9,000 group members over time. I started my group in January. I've grown it to 9,000 people since then, 8 months, whatever it is. So 1 o'clock in the morning when the group's quiet, I go into Avengers, I search for my own name, and I ration my thank you comments, right? So people are like, awesome, congratulations. I heard all those comments to show them props, but I don't thank them all because that's a waste of comments that I can later use to bump myself up the news feed. And instead, I just once a day thank a single person, even if it's weeks later. And then what happens is I'll have the top 9 posts in ClickFunnels Avengers. I'll have the top 9 posts in Rachel S. Lee's group. In ClickFunnels, it's harder in ClickFunnels Official because there's 180,000 members. Can you put 2 and 2 together? John, why do I want the top 9 posts based on what we're talking about? Connect the dots there for them.
I mean, you want people to see you, obviously. You're smart as shit, man. I mean,
I want people to creep my profile because it's a funnel. That's it. It's not even about them seeing me or liking me or knowing who I am. I want them to click my profile picture or my name. So they go to my profile where it says, I help you earn passive income below. Join my Facebook group with a big arrow pointing down. Because that's a landing page. My profile is a funnel. So you can get a huge Facebook group off related groups. And you know what? That doesn't mean you're going in and spamming all these groups. Like, everybody has their own ethical lines in the sand. Some people think that's fucked that I do that. They're like, why would you go post this in 9 different Facebook groups, Catlin? Like, what's your problem? I'm like, I don't care. That's how I build my audience. I don't care. When I make a good post, I think about my posts and I write them carefully. They're really well thought out and strategic. And I post them in 9 different Facebook groups. Some people see that, whoa, that's how you build a group of 9,000 people and eventually make $10,000 a month passive income. And some people see it as, oh, you're spammer and shady. Draw your own line in the sand. I'm going to keep posting. Every time I make a good post, I'm posting in every major Facebook group. And then once a day, I'm going to thank one person that said congratulations or thanks for the value. And I'm going to bring that up to the top of the news feed. So I have posts from the last year, every good post I made at the top of the news feed. If you're just lazy, like, you got to think about how humans are on Facebook. You're just scrolling your news feed, checking out the Avengers group, and you start scrolling down the news feed, and the top 9 posts are all Catlin. Even if one gets your attention, you'll probably just click your profile. That's what we do. We create people's profiles that are helpful, interesting, entertaining. Click. Make your profile funnel, get people to creep your profile, and step 4, build your audience, is done. You just build your audience from related to Facebook groups. People will think it's shady, but draw your own line in the sand. Maybe it is for you. It's not for me.
Well,
good answer to the question about how do I manipulate the algorithm, because that's literally all I do is manipulate the algorithm.
And this is a good answer. And it's a lot of, I mean, some people don't understand to do that. Some people don't know, like, some people don't understand. Like, I do the same thing when I go into ClickFunnels. Like, the whole reason the only reason, if you search my name in ClickFunnels, you'll see I'm a little conversation starter. I've got a lot of little pictures in there, and literally, like, I name my funnels the domain that you can find that funnel at. Like, if you want to go see what I'm selling, my funnel name is the domain name, and I just go in and post and show, like, how much money I made from doing all this stuff that you could be doing too if you didn't know how to do this. I don't know how to do it. Like, how do you do this? It's mystical. Just, I don't know what's happening.
John, there's no question you have a ton of people creeping your profile every day. So then what the question is, are we converting the highest number of those profile visitors into tier 5 community members possible? That's where I can maybe help you make a few tweaks, because you're doing all the right stuff to get people to creep your profile. You can't do any better, except maybe search your own name and make a couple comment replies. When I run out of thank yous, I tag my brother or tag one of my good friends. I'll be like, Dane Bettridge, check out this post, because I'm out of comments. That gets it back up the newsfeed. Some more people say, congratulations, sir, tell me what you do. And then I ration thank you comments to them. You can keep it going for years at the top.
Brilliant though, right? To start thinking of, so you're saying you got to really start thinking of what you do. And you said this, like, the whole thing, and we said a lot of stuff, and I hope people are following and this makes sense to you, and you guys are actually starting to, if you didn't already understand, that you're starting to be like, oh, so this is how you do it. And if you did kind of start to understand, you're starting to reinforce yourself that maybe the reason that you're actually not seeing results is because you're not actually fucking doing anything. You don't actually have an offer already in place that incentivizes somebody. Like, you guys talk like, why should somebody buy this from me when they could buy it from that dude over there? No shit, Sherlock. Why? Answer that fucking question. Do you?
It all ties together, John. Like, I wasn't just telling you step 3's minimum viable brand and step 4's audience for a random reason. It's because when the audience comes to creep your profile, the first thing they see is your minimum viable brand. All this stuff is methodical and tied together. So you got to start seeing how these interrelated components connect with one another. And in the whole, eventually over time and hard work, end up with a huge passive income stream and a personal brand and a big audience.
We still have so many questions. Are you using bots, Catlin?
Bots?
Yes.
Yeah, not at a super sophisticated level, but like I have a ManyChat bot on my Facebook page. That's, yeah.
Another question, what's 2 plus 44 divided by 7.3 times 348 minus 69?
The audience or the audio cut out on me there, John. Can you repeat the question?
It was a pretty dumb question. What's 2 plus 44 divided by 7.3 times 368 minus 69?
That's the question?
I think Kevin is fucking with you because you said you were good.
Like that's after I told you about social profile funnels, you can send me do some math. Like that's something better.
Is John smoking?
That's funny though, because I'm a math guy.
How many hours do you put in weekly to affiliate marketing?
Yeah, that's a good question. I try not to beat myself up because on the one hand, I'm always like being super hard on myself and setting high standards. And I'll be like I'll sleep in till noon because I feel like it and I can. But then I'll fucking get mad at myself and I'll be like, oh, I slept until noon. That's 3 hours of my 9 to 5 workday done. I'm a failure, right? But I've had to condition my mind and my thinking more positive and realize that 9 to 5 construct stopped in April. It doesn't apply anymore. The whole point of getting out of the 9 to 5 job is so I can sleep until noon if I feel like it. I work based on when my actual energy levels are the highest. Oftentimes that's well into the night hours. Like I'll start at 8 p.m. and I'll go hard until 3 a.m. and then I'll sleep till 11. Then I'll wake up and eat something and I'll work till 2 p.m. and then I'll chill with my wife. So it's very random and like probably not healthy. I don't sleep enough. I could probably work harder, but I'm just right now, I'm just happy that no one tells me what to do. Like that's the main thing. And then I'm making enough money and I'm growing my business and brand. So I work at really weird, unhealthy, random times, but I'm just trying to break that cycle of you must get up at 9 in the morning and work till 5 p.m. It doesn't apply anymore for me.
Well, and I think so. I think this is an arbitrage question to myself. Like how many hours you work a day depends on
like
where
on
you
average?
at in your life. So it's like, how often should you be working? I don't understand the point of that question. How many hours?
I probably spend like, I would say 10 hours a day is probably average of the actual work I do that matters and grows my business is probably 10 hours a day on average, but it's at weird times and spread out.
It's proportional to your ambition, right? Like, is 12 hours, is 10 hours too much? Is it too little? It's like, what are your goals and what are your results? If you want to make $8,000 a month and you're making, and you're making $1,000 a month, then, and you're already spending 10 hours, well, you're probably going to have to spend more time if you want to go from 1 to 8. If you're making $8,000 a month and your goal is $4,000 a month, then if you work 2 hours, you're probably fine because you're living. I mean, that's
totally
what you.
Yeah, it's about drawing your own lines in the sand. Everybody has different standards and things that they, want for life and goals. I want like 30K a month. I'm not really like,
me too.
I'd love to have more than that, man. But if I was making like, I've had 30K months before, like with the mastermind and coaching. But if I was making 30K every single month, I would not be willing to spend more free time to get to 60,000 a month. I would maintain that level of effort and hang out with my wife and eat good food and drink good drink for the rest of my time. I would not be willing to spend additional energy to get beyond 30 a month, but I'm willing to spend extra energy to get there. Not everybody's going to become a billionaire. I don't want to become a billionaire. It doesn't interest me. Sure, would I like $1 billion if somebody handed it to me on a silver platter? Yeah, I'll take it. That's amazing. But I'm frankly not willing to work hard enough to get to $1 billion. It took me into my 30s to realize that, but I have no interest in becoming a billionaire, not because I don't want $1 billion, but because I don't want to work how hard it takes to make $1 billion. And people might not like that or say that that's lazy, but I love it. And it's just, I know what I want for life. I don't want to be a billionaire. I don't want to work that hard. I want to enjoy my life and not have people tell me what to do and make like 30K a month.
Well, I'm really glad you said that 30K a month, Catlin, because it's kind of perfect for me because, I want to make 30K a month. Literally like that number, if you're in the tier 5 community, you should understand that number is OCI, which is my inflated operating cost. It's literally it's my number on my board right here. Literally what that number expresses is I do want to be a billionaire, Catlin, a multi-billionaire. Like my ambition is to me, Salesforce, $10 billion a year is what Salesforce makes. That's enough for me to actually get started and fund the next thing that I actually want to really do, because the ambition that I have is really unlimited. Like, well, I literally want to decode this and make this your virtual reality. Like my ambition doesn't end. And I'm actually willing to give up a bunch of money to get that $30K a month, because that allows me to, instead of making, let's say, $1 million a year and having to focus on clients and making them things, I can actually not worry about anything else, but just know that, hey, what I need, what I can take care of for $30K, I can have 35 engineers on staff full time the entire year for 12 months, completely funded in a 4,000 square foot office. And if I have that $30K a month, I don't have to worry about anything. Now that's inflated. That means that my highest month cost after a 12-month production range with accounting for historic growth rate, accounting for historic inflation, and also a little risk variable, considering some of my partners may not pay their bills and I may lose them. That keeps me going for the entire year, and I can go and then actually build a software like ClickFunnels that says, okay, here's $7 million a year, distribute $6 million of that to your partners, and let's say keep $1 million of that to scale again and build a thing that now brings $70 million a year, and do that like 4 times in a row, and then you got $10 billion a year pretty easily. And that's actually my goals and ambitions. But
love it.
Why haven't you finished those M&Ms? Is one of those questions. You said it.
I'll grab the container, like it's within my reach right now, and you'll see it's crazy. Like it's
Have you had any of them yet?
Yeah, it's 3 pounds, 14 ounces, so almost 4 pounds. And I made a good dent in it. Basically, every time I walk by the jar, I grab a little handful and just throw it in my mouth, like every time. And I've only made that little dent in it. It's crazy the amount they gave me. It's pantry size. I never even heard of that. I've heard of family size. What's pantry size? It's massive. It's cool though. It kept me motivated.
Yeah, it is really cool, that motivation, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. Like that's one of the things I really like about ClickFunnels. That's why I'm so active in there myself, is because I'm trying to model a lot of what they do whenever it comes to marketing, whenever it comes to, it's kind of what you called it, but it's kind of different for them. It's that minimum viable brand. Like that minimum viable brand is your start. And then from there, you turn into an actual brand and an influencer, kind of like exactly what you've done so far, Catlin. That's why you have 9,000 people that show up every day to want to see you and want to listen to you and have that and interact with you, whether you're just giving them value or whether you're just fucking eating mushrooms on camera or something. Who fucking cares? Like you're minimum value.
You got to have something up there initially, but it's not going to be the way you describe or like what you do for the world, who you are and who you help, because you're going to be always changing and progressing in your journey. So it's like, just throw something up there, even if it's, I'm hoping to make $1 million with affiliate marketing. Just be straight up about it. There's people that will follow you that are at one level on that mountain we talked about. Everybody's pulling each other up. There's always somebody one step below you. If you make $1 online with affiliate marketing, you can teach everybody else that has made $0 how to earn that first dollar. Bring them up the mountain behind you. Right. And then as you get to the next step, you bring them up there, and eventually you're at 10,000 a month. You're teaching other people how to do it. And I'll give you another really cool kind of tangible model, because I talked about the 3 steps, and then I talked about like the 5 phases every affiliate marketing business has to go through without exception. The other thing I kind of think about, so another journey I've taken, you start out as an affiliate marketer. Okay. So that means that you sell other people's products and services and you earn a commission. You're essentially a freelance commission salesperson, which is how I would describe affiliate marketing at its most basic sense. But there's a level beyond that, which I coined the term meta affiliate. What that means is you still are selling products and services and earning a commission, but you're also teaching other people how to become affiliate marketers. Okay. Do you see that distinction? So that's where the branding really takes off. And that's where it did for me too. Instead of just, I'm an affiliate marketer, when I pivoted my minimum viable brand. And I said, I help people earn passive income online through affiliate marketing. And I rebranded, I stepped up to the meta affiliate phase. Then business skyrocketed like overnight with that rebrand. But not everybody's going to want to become a meta affiliate, but if you do, and then now I've realized, I didn't think there was at first, but now I've reached it. There's a level beyond meta affiliate called super meta affiliate. I make up terms. That's part of my branding efforts. I just like coin terms and then get everybody to start saying them. So everybody starts saying meta affiliate. So super meta affiliate means you're teaching other people how to become meta affiliates. And that's what I do in my high level mastermind, the Affiliate Advantage now. The 25 people I got in there, I'm teaching them all how to become successful meta affiliates, which are people that teach other people how to become affiliate marketers. Does that make sense, John?
Total sense.
Yeah.
You gotta, so like your whole strategy is you're definitely not putting eggs in a basket. And we've talked about that already. Like you've got your affiliate offer, and it seemed like you had a real core. You called them your evergreen things that you can offer to everybody that are always going. And then on top of that, you've got some other affiliate offers that you continue to send out to your list as well to try to get some extra income.
Yep.
You had your coaching, and you still have your coaching. And if we want to be real about it, what you've done is made it exclusive and shut it down so that whenever you open it up again, people are willing to pay a premium for it, right? And then you've got
what, John? I didn't even do it to create scarcity, even authentic scarcity. I did it because I was spending a lot of time doing sales calls. And as much as I enjoy doing that, because I had a really good application funnel that led to a sales call. So I was doing like 15, 20 sales calls a week, even though they're 20 minutes. It's not a lot of time, but it takes a lot of energy. I'm not going to tell you the price point. It compromises the integrity of my sales process, but it's several $1,000s to join my mastermind. And to get somebody in 20 minutes to give me thousands of dollars on the phone takes a lot of mental energy away. So it was taking away the energy I had available to actually do the deliverables and give the people that already signed up for the mastermind a lot of value. So that's why I shut it down. It wasn't even about creating scarcity. It was just about, I wanted to stop doing sales calls for a couple months because it's draining.
So how do people can still, they can't get into your one-on-one coaching, right?
They can get on the wait list. They can't get into any coaching until January. Like you can't buy anything from me right now.
Other than, that's what we were going to talk about, other than solo ads, right? So you can now buy, and solo ads are essentially emails. Is that what happens? You send out an email, and through that email, people click on the links?
Yeah, exactly. And I saw your live right before this, John, where you're kind of summing up solo ads. I'm not sure if everybody caught it, but I think you did a really great job of kind of dissecting it to its simplest form. Essentially, you are buying clicks from somebody else's audience, right? So, John, you bought some clicks off me. So, you know the price up front, which I love about them. Solo ads get a bad rap sometimes. I love them. I've always defended them. But what I like is I'm a numbers guy, a tracking guy. I like to know that I can get 100 clicks for $65. John, I saw you're paying like $4 a click or whatever on Facebook. That was an unknown. Maybe that number works for you. And that's besides the point. The fact is you didn't know that $4 is what you had to pay until you were charged it. With solo ads, you know your cost up front.
Sure.
Right? So you can buy 100 clicks, you know it's $65. If you know 30% of people are converting on the landing page, then 65 times 3 is whatever, $1.95. So you know you're paying $1.95 per email opt-in. And it's just, for a numbers guy like me, it's a great traffic source. But the downside to it is you've really got to be good at email marketing, because the solo ad will get you the email opt-ins. But then if you don't email your list after that, you don't make your money back, because it's not made on the front end. You're not doing it to make sales. You're doing it to get the email opt-in, and then you make all your sales through email offers. So one of my solo ad vendors, Marcus, he was like, people need to have like 1 million email long sequence. That's what they need to understand. He's like, forget about, like, I have like maybe a 30-day sequence. He's like, that's not long enough. I'm like, so what do I need? Like 3 months of emails? He's like, no, you need 1 billion emails. Don't underestimate it. He's like, you need to just email that list until the average revenue per email subscriber per month is greater than the cost to acquire that email subscriber divided by the number of months that you want to break even in. So if you pay $2 per email subscriber and you want to break even in 4 months, then you need to generate 50 cents per subscriber per month. And it's only, that's where it's done, email marketing on the back end. That's where people hate solo ads because they get a good opt-in rate. They get a predictable cost per opt-in, cost per email subscriber, but then they just don't email their list enough and frequently enough and for a long enough time to make that money back. So then they just say, fuck solo ads. But solo ads are great if you're good at email marketing.
Well, that's, I mean, that's kind of goes back to what you said about first needing to, like, if I remember right, you said first you need to have these systems in place, right? And I really like the genius of what you said, where your evergreen offer is essentially those systems that you need to have in place. And essentially your lead magnet, your Catlin, your free thing is a step-by-step guide to tell you that, hey, you need these systems in place, my evergreen affiliate offers, to be able to make your money online. It's a really smart system, right?
That's the meta affiliate level, right? I'm setting them up with the tech infrastructure so they can become affiliate marketers. So I'm selling the product to people that want to become affiliate marketers, and they're only end consumers because they want to become affiliate marketers. That's the meta affiliate level.
That's pretty, but you have to have that email. Like if you collect somebody's email address, and it's funny that some people kind of think that's magic, right? Like if you collect somebody's email address, they come to your funnel, they go through your funnel, they put in their email address. Like it's funny, some people think somehow that those emails actually turn into money. Like those addresses turn into money. It's like they don't put two and two together that, no, you have to email them first. And in that email, you have to either in all of them or in some of them through some way, you have to include a link where they can go out and buy something, right? It's like that seems like on the most basic level, you should that should be intuitive, right? For people.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Content. Like, how do you figure out what am I going to email these dudes about?
Yeah, it's hard. There's so many questions, right? The biggest question is, how frequently should I email my list? Should I do it daily? That question's been asked probably since the beginning of the internet. The answer is
been asked here. So
yeah, the answer is, at least my answer personally to it is, don't go longer than like a week without touching base with your list, because it's a busy time to be alive in 2018, and people get a lot of emails and they'll forget who you are, and you start to lose the brand authority, and they might just hit unsubscribe because they don't remember you. But if you want to email every day, cool. Every 3 days, cool. Twice a day, if that's your line in the sand, cool. I don't email twice a day, but don't go more than a week. And I would say you can't go wrong, because they'll forget you after that. But there's no like magic. You just got to figure that stuff out for yourself, get your feet wet and see what works for you. Everybody has their kind of own personal journey. I give you this framework, but you've got to navigate it based on your own strengths and experiences. And that's the difficult part.
But it has to be a number greater than 0 for sure. Like there has to be some emailing, some communication going, right? So
yeah,
like you can't.
I would draw that line at a week. Don't ignore your list for a week, or they'll forget who you are and unsubscribe. Anything better than that is okay, in my mind.
So how do you decide what to email them? Are you like emailing them useful things, or are you just like, yo, buy my stuff? Because I've seen both kinds.
I do both, and it depends. Like I segment my email list heavily. So emails that I build, like my list that I build through solo ads, it's mostly pitching make money online products, and like click this link with 2 big bold arrows pointing at it to change your life forever and never have to work a day again, right? Because that's what those people want. But then people, which I call my VIP lists, are coming through the entry questions on my Facebook group. I'm giving them valuable content. So you've got to know your audience, know what they want, and just give them what they want, and like try stuff. Like some lists will work well if you just pitch them nonstop. Some lists you need to do like what they call soap opera sequence, right? Where you're telling a story over 30 days. There's a balance to be had, but I want everybody to discover that for themselves, because everything's going to be different for every person. That's why I like to give people a framework, but you have to try stuff and navigate it yourself, because your journey's not going to be exactly the same as mine.
This has been so helpful, really, man.
Good.
You're really smart at this, and you can tell that you're really dedicated to this, and you're dedicated to a passion to help people understand that. It seems like, to be honest, really this is like the whole thing. It's pretty straightforward. It's not that hard. The hard part is the hard part is essentially the passion, the drive and motivation, and having the actual energy and effort to go in and do what has just been described to you that you need to do, regardless of the immediate result that you may or may not see, right? A lot of people just give up and they're like a lot of people like, really, you guys don't even want to send a fucking email. It's like, you're like, okay, I got an email address, I don't even want to send an email. So it's that work, it's that effort that you got to put in, and then your content, right? It's like your
you
content.
need to be the type of person that watches this interview today and actually goes and puts a minimum viable brand on their Facebook profile, and be the kind of person that gets the 4 pieces of core tech infrastructure in place if you don't have it already, and get them set up, and starts thinking about how to build that audience, right? Because it's really boots on the ground at the end of the day, and only you can put in the work. And I promise you, it's hard work, but it's totally worth it, because nobody tells me what to do now. And John, you mentioned my passion. Well, frankly, my passion comes from the skin in the game I have, and the fact that this gives me economic freedom now, gives me freedom of choice. Because of affiliate marketing, nobody tells me what to do, and that's why I'm so passionate. The passion didn't necessarily come at the beginning. It's grown as I've gotten results. So even if you don't feel as passionate as you hear me speaking to you today, if you have a little seed of that passion, that's enough that it will grow, because as you get results, when I would get, like back in the day, if I'd get an $8 commission, oh man, that was a high. I would be pumped for days. I couldn't sleep. Now I don't even notice the notification, and then it gets to a point where you're like, well, $100 is going to get you excited. Then all of a sudden $1,000 a day is disappointing. You know what I mean? So it's like, just as long as you have that seed, the passion will come. If you're the kind of person like me where you're just doing it because you want true economic freedom and freedom of choice to live your life how you please, whether that's becoming a software billionaire or the next Elon Musk like John here, or because you want to just make $30,000 a month and do what you want and not have people tell you what to do. Either way is cool, but just as long as if you have a seed of that passion today, I think that's enough. But water it through actually taking action and actually doing what I said today, because I gave you my everything. I gave this interview, I've given you stuff that I've only given to my high-end mastermind up until today. So there's a lot you can work with here. But the reality, the math of it, I'm a math guy, reality is maybe 1 out of every 20 people is going to go and build a minimum viable brand. And is going to go and, figure out what their evergreen affiliate offers is and say, okay, do I have a shared hosting plan? What of these do I have in place? If you put in the work, you can't lose with the knowledge I've given you today. If you don't put in the work, you will 100% lose, guaranteed. How bad do you want it, right?
I agree. I agree myself 100%. I mean, and you have given some fucking huge valuable stuff. I know people get valuable stuff when I learn something, because I'm always learning something, but it takes a person that actually knows what they're talking about to be able to help me learn something, or be able to essentially teach me something, or be like, like to really reinforce me. And you're really smart, man. I really appreciate all the information that you've given us. And we've got a lot of different questions that people have asked you. Some of them are, I'm not sure how comfortable you are answering them, but like one of them, let's say, is, what's your typical daily ad spend, and what platforms do you buy ads on?
It's really not consistent. I would say the most consistent answer I give you is I spend a couple $1,000 a month on ads. But I go through phases where I run experiments, and I'll spend $1,000 on a day on Bing ads for a week to try stuff out. And then there's other times where I don't spend any money on a daily basis and I do a big push. So it really varies. And the best answer I can give you is consistently I spend a couple grand a month on ads. When I wanted to win the ClickFunnels Dream Car, I spent like $19,000 on AdWords to go from 50 active ClickFunnels members to 100 active ClickFunnels members in I think it was 60 days. Because I'm like, well, I have some cash in the bank. I'll just buy myself a dream car so that I can post a screenshot in 9 different Facebook groups saying I'm dream car number 49, keep that at the top of all the news feeds to grow my group. They go to the group resources page, follow this process to get their tech infrastructure in place. So there's direct ROI, which is important, but there's indirect ROI too. And I'm a branding guy in a big way, in a lot of ways at the end of the day. And I think about the impact stuff has on my brand, and winning the dream car wasn't so much just about the passive income or the $500 a month car payment, which I don't get yet, but it was like the impact on my brand. Being able to say I'm a dream car. John introduced me today saying I'm dream car winner number 49. I bought that brand authority for like $19,000. It's more now. The costs are higher now. You can't do that anymore, so don't get your hopes up. I got in early.
Was that money though that was really affiliate marketing money that you made from affiliate marketing?
Yeah.
We could kind of say it's not real money. I mean, it's real money, but it's money that was actually created passively through a system of people paying somebody else for something.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like I don't spend every penny I make. Like I had 19,000 cash at the time where I could just throw that at that and not like be missing the money or really need it. So I thought it's a good use of my money. Just become a dream car winner and then get more people to be in my audience so that they buy stuff off me and then I can pull them up the mountain and the cycle continues. I love it.
Now, so you've mentioned you've got this affiliate marketing. You've got this affiliate marketing stream of money. You've got this essentially consulting info product stream of money. You know, your personal coaching and your mastermind, and then you've got this service stream of money, your solo ads that you're providing, right? Have you ever thought of any other different streams of income that you would add? Like, have you ever thought about owning your own software?
That's a great question. Not really right now. Like, I just want to keep ramping up the existing streams of income I have. I think any new income I add, it's going to be like phase 5, the product launch. So, in a couple days, this Russell 10X secrets thing he's doing with Grant Cardone, part of why I have the 10X hat on. It's not just to compete with John's hat. There's always a branding angle I got going on. But November 6th, that launches. So I've got a pretty good plan about how to possibly win that affiliate contest, or at least rank higher than I did and get more than a can of M&Ms and $2,300. I think I'm going to do better on this. So when new products come out, those launches, if you do them right, you have to have the audience and the evergreen and the brand and tech infrastructure first. But once you get to that point, you can do launches. That's how I plan on adding like new revenue. Just kind of do a lot more of these product launches and help brands or companies release new products and get people pumped about them and win some affiliate contests, which gives you further brand recognition, which continues the cycle.
So you want to nurture those that you have, and it seems like a lot of the way that you do that is just go building up your brand. So people are looking at you, they're coming to you, and they're like, "Yo, Catlin, you're my best friend," or "I love you, man." It's like you're providing so much value. And I'm not gonna lie, like I like to give people sometimes valuable information and let them, do my contribution to trying to help people, even though I know deep down inside, and it really bothers me, and you talked about it already, that at the end of the day, it's really only 1% of you that are actually going to be like, okay, now I understand, let me actually go do it. And then even if it doesn't work, understand that, okay, keep searching, just like you did to find affiliate market. You were out there looking for something.
Try stuff, yeah.
That is like, I think part of our relationship started, and I have some relationship with a couple other people, and I'm not gonna lie, I say all the time I'm not a marketer. I'm not a fucking marketer, and I don't like marketing. I'm a software engineer. That's what I do. That's what I'm good at. Why do I say that? Because I want people to actually understand and believe that I'm a genius level fucking software engineer. And even if I do perceive to have some marketing skill or whatever, that's not what I'm. And if I suck at marketing, that's great, because I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm a fucking not a good marketer, right? Yeah. But like, literally, I tag you all the time, and I tag other people, to be quite honest, that have never really actually done anything for me that I would consider valuable, other than they have a fucking brand and they have a following. And I know if I start to tag them and contribute value to them and be like, yo, like ride their wave, right? Just for why? Because I want those people to tag they like, right?
I have people, John, I have people in the ClickFunnels group that when somebody goes, who's the best funnel builder in here that I can hire? People tag Catlin Bettridge. I don't build funnels for a living. I've never worked with these people. It's just that they like me and they remember my name. So when I say you are good at marketing, I understand your brand angle, because saying I'm not a marketer is literally your brand that people are starting to know you for. So you got to maintain that now, even if I try to talk you out of it. But you're not a marketer in the MBA. Go learn how to do a fucking SWOT analysis. I'm not that kind of marketer either, but you're the kind of marketer that gets people to pay attention to him and like him. And that's the same kind of marketer that I try to be. So that's why I say you are a marketer, because I think you are in the same sense as I am, not in the way that a college professor would define marketing. You're definitely not that kind of marketer, but neither am I. I'm the get eyeballs on me and educate and entertain people so that eventually the economies of scale is that there's enough people looking at you that some of those people buy and you make a bunch of money. That's the kind of marketer you are. The hat you got on, man. People like you more because you wear that hat, right? Somebody sees that thumbnail image, they're going to press play on the video, right?
I just wear this hat because of my really good friend and my marketing buddy, Hector. So he's one of my
you're good at branding, John. So I can relate to that. You do a good job of that.
I'm good at software is what I'm actually good at. I'm good at building complex software systems. That's where I actually excel and shine. Like if you give me a chance to do that, that's what I'm actually good at. That's what's encoded in my DNA. But this is awesome, really, man. You've been really, really helpful. So, and this is really what it takes, though, right? It's like I want to go back to that thing that you said, like your affiliate offer. It's like I see people all the time myself, and they're like, "Well, I'm one. First of all, I shared this link. I didn't fucking put any post whatsoever with this link. I just shared only the link and nothing else. I didn't give any other data. I didn't get a sale, right? It's like you're relating to people. You're putting out content out there that people are wanting to consume, and because of that, you're able to reach them as an audience, and maybe you don't get 100% conversion ratio, but there is a ratio of conversion.
Exactly. Get people to creep your profile. That's the easy part. And then get your profile to convert people into email subscribers or Facebook friends even, or Facebook group, or however you want to do it, but it's all part of your audience.
What do you think personally about picking fights with people in a social setting? Not necessarily picking fights, but instead of dick sucking, like punching, right? Like I'm
bad for it, John. Like for the most part, I'm a pretty confrontational guy. I'm more comfortable in a confrontation situation oftentimes than I am in a non-confrontation situation. So I get pretty. I overstep a lot online, and I don't know if that's why you ask if you saw that, but I really put people on blast, and I pick fights a little bit online, but I don't do it as much now. Number one, because I listen to my wife. She's a mentor to me in some regards and has a cooler head than me. And she says, like, that's fine in the beginning, but now you're at the point where you're big enough that people watch what you do very carefully and they remember it. So she's like, what you like when I start flipping out, I don't really threaten people really, but if I like flip out on somebody over something petty, like that could damage my brand. So I'm trying to cool off and have a cooler head, and I get better at it all the time. I don't do it for branding reasons. That's for sure. I do it because I have a hot temper and I'm a confrontational guy, and there's probably positive side effects. Like, people like the drama, so then they're like, oh, this guy's getting kind of tough with this idiot. Let's creep his profile, and then they go in the social profile funnel. But I think the downsides greatly outweigh the positive effects of being super controversial, at least in a confrontational conflict way. But there's ways to be controversial without alienating people severely too, and everything's a balance to be had. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's a difference between like straight up attacking somebody and then just not agreeing with somebody, right? Like I
just don't let people like push me around or dominate me. Like I'm just the kind of guy where I've got to be in control, and so I'll take it too far sometimes online. Ron, I got to wrap this up in like under 10 minutes because I have to fucking paint my bathroom still.
Well, it's been great, man. I really appreciate you coming here. There's some other questions, man, but if anybody wants to ask any other final questions, I've looked at all of them. Now, I don't know how many of them you could actually answer in 10 minutes. So, like a lot of them are kind of a little complex. Can you see them in the Q&A section?
I see them popping up at the bottom, John, but it'd be easier if you read a few to me. That'd be a little. Somebody
wanted to know your gross income versus your net income, how much you're investing to scale your business. Somebody wanted to know how you segment your emails and how many value emails compared to promotional emails. Do you do Facebook webinars or lives? Is your strategy to awareness, educate, and motivate? How do you build a group? Do you use social channels, Twitter, YouTube for audience awareness? Do you include images in your emails? Why do you need a shared hosting plan? What things do you do? What things do you see your best affiliates doing that others don't do? That's a good one.
So the last one there is, what do I see my best? So best, do you mean my best students?
Yeah.
Because I don't have affiliates. Yeah. So my best like mastermind students and stuff. That's like a little bit. So what they're doing is they're taking advantage of Voxer and the fact they have one-on-one access to me. And they're messaging me every single day to pick my brain on a voice messaging app. Those are the ones that are getting, my mastermind's only a couple months old. Those are the ones that are getting big results right out of the gate, is they're like taking advantage of the one-on-one help and like hitting me up every day and picking my brain. But what I see my best students doing in a more practical like tasks sense is that they're modeling what I'm doing, and they're doing yes ladder posts, and they're setting up their profile as like a profile funnel, and they're posting in 9 different groups when they get results, and they're doing what we talked about on the interview today, but actually doing it would be my answer. Not just getting pumped about it, but doing it.
So right now, the only thing people could buy from you if they wanted to buy something from you was clicks, right? That's all they could buy from you. Or your
yeah, that's it. Like, yeah, so it's not even like about selling stuff. Like I just wanted to kind of connect with the community because I haven't done it yet because frankly, just because I procrastinate, that's the only reason. Sometimes I just procrastinate on things, but I am going to join the $300 a month Tier 5 partnership. You've got it recorded on video here 100% because I believe John will become a billionaire. I don't think I will, but I believe John will. And I don't want to look back on this opportunity like 50. You know, you see on like Shark Tank and stuff that the sharks will be like, what's the biggest regret you had to Robert Herjavec or Kevin Leard? Like, I could have invested in Uber and I didn't. I can shoot myself in the foot. I don't want to have that kind of moment happen to me a decade from now. I'm like, yep, knew John before he was building rocket ships to Venus, you know. So I'm going to just like take a chance on John because I like him and I believe in him. I think he's a smart dude, or would even be spending an hour and a half here talking to him. And I just want to like have some skin in John's game and like also be able to help him out like by giving him access to my audience and stuff. But more or less, I'm just placing a bet on John more than anything. So I'm going in at the $300 a month level for the equity side of things because I don't want to look back on it and be like, I knew John, but I was too fucking stupid to pay $300 a month and too cheap. I'm just going to do it. I think anybody'd be foolish not to if you've got the money. I mean, don't spend your grocery money to join the partnership. But if you're sitting on some cash like I am, like be completely crazy not to do it. And I'm telling my mastermind students that too, that have the money.
Well, I appreciate that. And speaking of that, if you can afford it and you join today, the partner level, I actually gave everybody a special offer just today. You're going to enable me to actually do a case study. You can see the live video on my Facebook page. And if you join today, you have to join today. It is 11/2/2018. You have to join the inner circle level. I will guarantee you at least $100 profit. Absolutely guaranteed. All right. You can come back on 12/2/2018. And if you no longer want to be a partner anymore, I will buy that partnership back from you for $400 guaranteed. But then you cannot reapply for my partnership program and you can never try to be a partner again at any level in my partnership program.
That's sweet. For some reason, John, I thought you were going to say that everybody that joined today was going to get a panda hat shipped to them regardless of where they live in the world. Because that would have put me over the edge.
Okay, you're also getting a panda hat contingent on I can find a supplier of panda hats. At some point in time in your life, you will get a panda hat shipped from me that says, yes, there's your panda hat. Yes, you're getting a panda hat as well.
That's the right offer to make, John.
That's anybody who does that. So if it's 11/2/2018. If you join it today, then yes, that's my offer that I have for you. But you don't have to join. People don't have to join. I'm not trying to join. I'm not trying to pressure people. Like literally, I'm going to go out. I'm going to prove to you, and that's one of the things. Like that's why I mentioned that special number, because you're sitting there saying, "Hey, I really want 30K a month, and that will kind of cover me and make me happy." And I'm saying that, hey, I want 30K, and I've got a 4,500 square foot office. I got 35 full-time software engineers on staff. You just give me that every month for 12 months. And trust me, ClickFunnels was built in 18 months with 9 software engineers. Now they have 13. I got 35. Give me 12 months, and I will bring you back to the market because I'm a fucking genius, and I have economies of scale. You can give me $1, I'll give you back 71 instantly just because I'm an exchange rate, and that's for all purchasing power. I can get a software engineer for a senior one for at cost, $1,100 a month at cost, like actually cost to produce that one development hour, and that's insane. Like if you don't believe that's insane, that's insane.
It is.
So
I've studied the business model a bit, like at least what you've revealed on your live streams and stuff, John. And my impression is like it's huge, and it's comparable to like if you invested in the guy that invented the concept of affiliate marketing, not the best affiliate program, but the concept, or like the person that invented MLM, not joining an MLM, but funding the guy that invented the concept. And that's what I feel this is comparable to with as far as the community owned and operated software company. Like that's a new economic model. That's why I say I want to bet on John. It's not just the next cool affiliate offer that John can use to make money. He has created an economic model that 100 people only are getting in on. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot and not be one of the 100.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate your time. It's been great. I know you got to go and paint your bathroom, man. So
last thing I want to do, but it's better than at least I didn't have to work at a 9 to 5 today, and then like be tired and painting my bathroom. At least I can just like paint my bathroom for a bit and chill, and then sleep in tomorrow. So it's all good. And man, I had fun today. I knew this interview was going to be sick because you're one of my favorite people. I love talking to you, but it was actually a blast, and I had a lot of fun, and I hope all you folks are still with us on Zoom here. Really got some value out of it as well, and thanks for sticking around and asking the right questions to suck all the value out of my brain you can. So yeah, it's been great. Thanks, John.
I appreciate it, and I really want you in on this, Catlin. Like I literally, to be honest, that's why I bought Solo Ads for you, because I don't want any reason for you not to get in on this, because I don't need the money. I want the money because it gives a peace of mind to cover my operating costs where I can focus. What I want is a few key people's actual help.
Yeah.
Because together, I'm not a marketer. I'm not an affiliate marketer. I don't want to do that. I want to build software, and I want to surround myself with some powerhouses, and together start on this quest of taking over the world. And you guys may drop out before me because I am a machine and I will keep going. I do have what it takes, the drive and the ambition and the skill set to make multi-billion dollars. I have all that, and that's what I actually want, because I want to do some amazing stuff like those rockets that you talked about. So does the Joe. You want to build some rockets?
Yes.
I would not bet against you, John. Let me say that.
Well, it's been great. I think everybody's really appreciated it, man. I think everybody's gotten a lot of value from it. I think we should do it again at some time. I've got some more questions that we didn't just have time to do that I'll go back through and kind of structure out. And maybe another time we can go back in and get some more information from you. Or people can just go join your group and post those questions in your group, because I see you're always in your group. So.
Yeah. Well, maybe once I join the partnership level, maybe I'll interview you in my group, John, and then we'll get some folks to come and join the community. If they're on the fence, we'll get them over the edge, or we'll have another, or we'll do part 2 in here. We might have to do that with the amount of questions people were asking. But either way, thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm gonna bounce out of here and go get covered in paint.
All right, man. Thank you so much, Catlin.
My pleasure, John. Take care. Talk soon.
So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed everything today with Catlin here. It's been great. I really for sure enjoyed it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We do have a meeting, so if anybody wants to stick around for the meeting, I'm actually going to meet with my inner circle members, because I told them I would do that at 2:30. And that, unfortunately, I have made a private meeting because that's part of getting you to actually make a commitment to be able to go on this journey together. So. And I do have to pee. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed having Catlin here, and you guys have actually learned something from that, and it has given you some type of value. If not, that's probably because you didn't fucking pay attention. So anyways, like I said, I'm going to go use the bathroom. I really appreciate you guys all being here. I also have to go because I have to do some stuff, and I have to have a meeting with some other people. So I think you guys all know how to find me if you need any information from me on the internet. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. And if this is something that you would like to see happen again, then just make sure you let me know, and I'll get Catlin to come and talk to us again. All right, if you guys enjoy your day.